Today marks essentially the second day of the new mesocycle. In case you guys are wondering what mesocycles, microcycles, and macrocycles are, I'll go ahead and talk about them for like the next, I don't know, 2 minutes or so. You guys can skip ahead like 2 minutes in case you guys already know what the fuck it is I'm about to talk about. A macrocycle is basically talking about my entire training schedule as a whole. So it's kind of like a bird's eye view of everything that I have planned throughout the entire year or throughout every season. A mesocycle specifically talks about each one of the seasons within that macro cycle. For example, I just talked about switching over into a new mesocycle. The previous mesocycle I was on was more strength oriented or 2 rep max, 1 rep max type of thing. I've literally just switched over from a strength cycle into more of a muscle building or a hypertrophic phase. A hypertrophic mesocycle focuses mainly on gaining muscle. Now I'm gonna be doing that for about the next 5 weeks, just in case you're wondering. And then after that 5 weeks, I'm gonna switch back over into a more strength-based mesocycle. And the reason why I'm doing this is because in 10 weeks, there's another Olympic weightlifting meet. Typically, I would do like maybe an 8-week mesocycle training, but the competition isn't 16 weeks away, it's 10, so I'm gonna have to modify my training just a little bit. The microcycles essentially talk about what I'm going to be doing within my training schedule, week in through week out. So while the macrocycles talk about my entire training schedule as a whole, the mesocycles talk about what I'm going to be doing in between like each season or within each block of time. Typically they last a couple months, maybe even 2 months or something like that. 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. It really just depends on what you're training for. Maybe there's a competition coming up. And then the microcycle, like I just talked about earlier as well, talks about what I'm gonna be planning on doing week in, week out, Monday through Sunday. So today we did front squats, a gang of them, man. I did like 12 to 17 reps on front squat. And as long as I was able to do about 12 to 17 reps, I continued to add weight. That pretty much destroyed me, bro, like for real. Like I'm so not used to volume right now since I just came off that 8-week 2 rep max, 1 rep max type of deal. And so with this being the second day of basically muscle building phase or hypertrophic phase, I was pretty much dead, man. I really need to increase my caloric intake straight up. Feeling my body just fill up with all that blood was just something I really wasn't used to. I haven't felt that in quite a while actually. So it felt really good, man. It felt really good. I started off with 75, worked my way up to 95. The highest I think I got was 215. I only think I got like 8 to 10 reps, but in either case, doing those front squats all the way until essentially muscle failure felt really good. And so really, man, I'm gonna be really looking forward to the rest of this training cycle, straight up. So the second part of this microcycle within this macrocycle is going to be push press. The push presses, once again, I was going for about 12 to 17 reps, really focusing on building muscle. And so yeah, push press, man, focusing on the lockout, on all these push presses that you guys see, really focusing on trying to get to muscle failure. I do believe on a couple of these sets, I didn't really get to like 10 or 12. I think it was like 8 to 10. I figure as long as my reps land anywhere between 6, 8, 10 reps, something like that, I think I'm pretty good to go. Anyways, guys, out for a quick stroll, trying to get some blood flow through my legs and through my lower back. Feels really great out here. The air's nice and cool. Welcome to 6 out of 6 here on YouTube, man, where we talk about Olympic weightlifting. If by any chance you are perhaps an older athlete, maybe 35 plus, 40, I'm 41, about to be 42 myself, and Olympic weightlifting is something that you're looking at getting into, don't hesitate to check out some of the other videos on this channel. Boom, I'm out.
Smartphone for the dumb bread, clip full of the bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break cane. Mindset on the next move. No time for the head game. Kush pack in the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the dumb bread. Clip full of the bad bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the bread cane. Mindset for the next move. No time for the hate game. I'm a player, you a parody. Bad bitch, two braids like a Cherokee. So much that I might need a parody. Smoke dope and I might need therapy. I be fly than a bitch, young parakeet. Apparently, these niggas don't know who I be. Last time I came to the show, so you paid at the door. And I slid in, no ID. You ain't cold like me. No, you see the name in neon. Prime time shit like Dion. Niggas ain't peas, they peons. Hit it in the bed, bad beyond. Neck on froze, on Freon. I ain't gotta tell her that we on. Shawty know she heard of the band and the brand and the type shit we on. Fuck they be on. Got a nigga leading this shit like eons. He a fan, he a windmill. Top down on the coast, got a wind chill. Bottom grill, big fur, nigga chinchill. Tell him simmer down, sit still. Switch flows like knobs on the faucet. Tell him I need all of the profit. I'm off for the week shit. Probably off for a week shit. With a queen at the crib, got it looking like freak Nick. My flight about to head from the runway. It's noon, getting head on a Monday. Sunbathe on the beach on a Sunday. Niggas still getting paid.